Have you ever opened social media for just 5 minutes and suddenly felt like everyone else was living a better life than you? Someone just bought a new car. Another friend got promoted. Someone your age is already traveling the world, while you're wondering if you're falling behind. But here's the strange part. Even if your life was going perfectly yesterday, seeing someone else's success can instantly make you feel like you're losing. Why? Because your brain has been comparing itself to other people for thousands of years. And today, we're going to uncover why we compare ourselves to others, how social media makes it worse, and how understanding this one psychological habit can completely change the way you see yourself. Comparison is one of the most common human behaviors. Children compare grades, athletes compare performance, employees compare salaries. Even happiness is often measured against the people around us. Sometimes comparison motivates us. Other times, it quietly steals our confidence. But comparison isn't something modern society invented. It's something our ancestors depended on to survive. To understand why, we need to travel back thousands of years. Imagine living thousands of years ago. No phones, no cities, no money, just small groups of people trying to survive. Back then, comparing yourself to others wasn't about having a nicer house. It was about survival. Who could run faster? Who found more food? Who was stronger? Who had useful skills? Knowing where you stood inside your group helped you make better decisions. If someone hunted better than you learned from them. If someone was stronger, you knew who could protect the tribe. Comparison became a shortcut for learning. Your brain evolved to constantly ask one simple question: how am I doing compared to everyone else? That instinct helped humans survive. But today, our environment has changed much faster than our brains. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger proposed what's known as social comparison theory. The basic idea is simple. When we don't have an objective way to judge ourselves, we naturally compare ourselves to other people. Think about confidence. How successful are you? How attractive are you? How smart are you? There's no universal scoreboard, so our brain creates one by looking at everyone around us. This happens automatically. Most of the time, we don't even notice we're doing it, and that's where problems begin. Now imagine your ancestors comparing themselves with 20 or 30 people in their village. Today, your phone allows you to compare yourself with millions. Every scroll shows someone richer, smarter, fitter, more successful, more attractive. But here's what we forget. We're comparing our ordinary lives to everyone else's highlight reel. People usually post promotions, not rejections, vacations, not lonely nights, achievements, not failures. Your brain doesn't know the difference. It simply sees person after person doing better than you and concludes, I'm falling behind. The more time we spend consuming carefully selected moments from other people's lives, the easier it becomes to believe everyone else has life figured out, even though they probably don't. Comparison isn't always bad. In fact, it can inspire us. Seeing someone learn a new skill might motivate us to improve ourselves. Watching someone overcome challenges can give us hope. Psychologists often distinguish between two common directions of comparison. Upward comparison happens when we compare ourselves to someone we see as doing better. This can inspire growth or create envy, depending on how we interpret it. Downward comparison happens when we compare ourselves to someone who seems worse off. It can make us feel grateful, but it can also lead to arrogance if we rely on it too much. The goal isn't to stop comparing. That's nearly impossible. The goal is learning how to compare in healthier ways. So what can you do? First, remember that everyone's timeline is different. Success isn't a race with one finish line. Second, limit unnecessary comparisons. If certain accounts always leave you feeling worse about yourself, ask whether following them is actually helping you. Third, compare yourself with your past self. Instead of asking, am I better than them? Ask, am I better than I was 6 months ago? That's the comparison that leads to real growth. Progress may be slow. Sometimes it's invisible, but it's still progress. Comparison is part of being human. It helped our ancestors survive. It can still help us learn and improve. But when we let other people's lives become the standard for our own happiness, comparison becomes a prison instead of a guide. The next time you catch yourself thinking, They're so much further ahead than me. Remember this. You're seeing one chapter of their story while living every page of your own. And the only person you truly need to be better than is the person you were yesterday.